Want to think like a structural engineer? See, professionals use smart shortcuts to estimate steel sizes quickly. So in this video, I'll reveal 6 expert-approved rules of thumb that will make steel design more faster and easier. What if I tell you that there are simple rules of thumb that can help you make these decisions in seconds? Stick around because in this video we are diving into 6 essential guidelines that every beginner in steel structure design should know. Rule number 1. How deep is a foot? See, the first rule of thumb is about estimating the depth of structural steel members. So here is a quick way to do it. Let's say for purlins, you can use 1/2 inch of the depth for every foot of span. And for girders, you can use 3/4 inch of depth for every foot of span. Let's understand this through an example. Let's say if a steel purlin spans 24 feet, its depth should be at least 12 inches. Similarly, if a steel girder spans 24 feet, its depth should be at least 18 inches. Rule number 2. Deeper is cheaper. See, here is a surprising fact. A beam that's deeper and wider is often considered, or it is often cheaper than a shallower one. You might think that it would be the other way around, but actually, deeper beam needs less material to be just as strong because a deeper beam has a higher moment of inertia, meaning it can carry more load with less material, reducing the overall cost. However, there are exceptions. If a deeper beam section increases the overall building height and the material usage elsewhere, then it might not be the best choice. But in general, if you are given an option between the two beams of similar weight, go for the deeper one. Rule number 3. The 1 to 3 cantilever rule. See, cantilever creates those stunning floating edges in architect, but how far can you safely extend a cantilever without making the design inefficient? See, this 1:3 rule is a good guideline. See, the cantilever length should not exceed 1/3 of the total back span. For example, if a beam has a 9-meter back span, the cantilever should not be more than 3 meters long. Extending beyond this could lead to the structural inefficiency and increase the material cost. Rule number 4. 12 inches isn't always 12 inches. Many people assume that a steel beam labeled as W12, let's say it's 300 mm in metric, it is exactly 300 mm deep, but that's not always true. See, structural tubes, angles and channels have actual depths equal to their nominal sizes. See, for example, wide flange beams, those are I-beams, can vary. For instance, a W300 beam can range from 290 mm to 320 mm in actual depth. So always check the manufacturer's specifications before finalizing the selection. Rule number 5. Repetition is key. See, the more repetitive your column layout, the more economical your project becomes. Why? Because see, repeating the beam and column sizes makes the fabrication and installation faster and cheaper. Standardized connections and material reduce the complexity and improve the efficiency. For example, in a warehouse design, if you use standard, let's say 6 meter by 6 meter column spacing with the uniform beam sizes, your project will be significantly more cost effective than a random layout varying member sizes. Rule number 6. Making the right connection. See, did you know that the connection only account for only 1% of the total steel budget? But here is the catch. In renovation projects, connections can dictate the member sizes. Unusual conditions may require custom connections, which increases the cost and complexity. So always plan for the standard connection wherever it's possible. Let's understand through an example. Let's say in retrofitting an old building, you might have to adjust the beam sizes to fit the available space rather than just considering the structural loads. Always factor in connection feasibility before finalizing your design. And there you have it. 6 essential rules of thumb for structural steel design, and these guidelines will help you make the faster and smarter design decisions. Remember to apply these rules judiciously and consider project specific factors to ensure the accurate and safe design. If you found these tips helpful, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about structural engineering, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from Civil Nirman. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And always remember, don't just learn software, learn concepts. Thank you.